Welcome back, guys. I am so blown away at how fast 2016 just flew by. What was interesting about this year is the fact that the movies that I was really looking forward to, they weren't necessarily my favorite films of the year. And just full disclosure, this isn't gonna be your list repeated back to yourself. You're not gonna have films that I have on your list, and you will have films that aren't as high on your list that are on mine. That's okay. That's why movies are awesome, because everybody has an opinion on them. So if you're watching this video just expecting me to put the same movies that you put on your list, then just check out now, because it's not gonna happen. And before we get started, I have 5 honorable mentions of movies that I really did enjoy but didn't just quite make the cut. And my honorable mentions are as follows: The Conjuring 2, 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Nice Guys, Hunt for the Wilder People, Swiss Army Man. So kicking off on the number 10 spot is my favorite animated film of the year. I thought it was the best written, the best animated, and the most entertaining that has come out this year. Number 10, Kubo and the Two Strings. This film comes from Laika Entertainment, and once again, they continue to pump out incredible animated films. There's so much to like in this movie. I've rewatched it twice now, and I just think that this film is so entertaining and so well told and so gorgeous to look at. I loved all the characters. I loved the story. I love the journey that Kubo goes on. This film feels like a video game movie in the fact that it has boss battles and this quest and these characters that you really do enjoy. I wasn't really surprised that this movie was this good either, because Laika Entertainment has consistently made amazing animated films. Taking my number 9 spot is a superhero film that I personally was really looking forward to, but the mass public really wasn't, and it was a huge surprise for everyone. Number 9, Deadpool. Deadpool is the best comedy to come out in years. This film is so freaking funny and so well written. You can really tell that the people involved with this movie truly loved this character and wanted to do him justice. After our last installment with him, it completely fixed all the problems that I have with that interpretation of this character, because this is such a true representation of what Deadpool actually is. I was worried that upon rewatching this movie the second time that it wouldn't be quite as funny, but nope, it's still freaking hilarious. Taking my number 8 spot was a film that I really did enjoy when I left, but once I thought about it and thought about it more, the more and more I actually loved this movie. Number 8, Moonlight. This film was directed by Barry Jenkins, and it is probably the most beautiful movie to come out this year. The colors and everything in this film just looks like a painting. It has absolutely stellar performances from everybody involved with this film. Everybody is on their A game the entire time. It's such an engaging story and such an emotional film as well. It has one of my favorite endings of the entire year, and one that just had such a deep effect on me. I think this film is one that should be seen by everybody because it has such a deep and human message to it, and it absolutely deserves to be on my top 10 favorite movies of the year. Taking my number 7 spot was a film that, again, I really wasn't looking forward to, and it completely blew me away. Number 7, Nocturnal Animals. This film is awesome, and even though it does have incredible performances from Amy Adams, Michael Shannon, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Aaron Taylor-Johnson, aside from that, you have such an engaging and riveting story. There's a certain point in this film when it happens, you're locked in for the rest of the movie. This film does not hold back at all. And if you like thrillers and you like engaging stories that really just grip you, I absolutely would seek out this film. Taking my number 6 spot is a movie that you knew would be on my list because I'm such a massive superhero fan, and that is Captain America: Civil War. This film was everything that I wanted it to be. Everything that the Russo brothers promised, they delivered on. Spider-Man was incredible. Black Panther was so cool. The fight between all these superheroes. The airport scene is probably one of my favorite superhero scenes ever. They really pulled off this ballsy story of these two characters that we have grown to love for years now. And I am so excited to see what the Russo brothers do with Infinity War and where the story will go from here. Taking my number 5 spot was a movie that came completely out of left field and I had very little anticipation for. Number 5, Green Room. Green Room was an extremely underrated film that came out this year. Not enough people saw this movie and appreciated how awesome this film is. You get two powerhouse performances by Patrick Stewart and the late Anton Yelchin. I've seen this movie at least 3 or 4 times now, and every single time I'm completely engaged. I'm locked in the whole time. I never get bored because it's such an intense, well-told story that is so riveting. And talk about a film that doesn't hold back. Green Room doesn't shy away from any violence. This movie had me wincing a little bit. Taking my number 4 spot was a movie that was such a breath of fresh air, and it really called back to classic cinema and classic movies that I really enjoy. Number 4, La La Land. La La Land is also one of the best directed films of the year with Damien Chazelle. With La La Land, you also get 2 performances that really work well together with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. The music in this film was beautiful. The dancing was so incredible. I loved all the musical numbers in this movie. This film also has a very human and relatable story to it. A lot of the themes in this movie are themes that I really connected to as well. And it also calls back to that classic 1950s musicals that we have grown to love, like Singing in the Rain and Top Hat and all those types of movies. La La Land is a film that just doesn't get made anymore. La La Land, in my opinion, is one of the best musicals ever made. I think it's going to sweep the Oscars this year. I think it's going to pick up so many freaking trophies. And rightfully so. This film is amazing. Taking my number 3 spot was a sci-fi film that I actually was very excited for because of the people involved. Number 3, Arrival. It's been a while since we've seen an absolutely incredible original sci-fi movie, and Arrival completely delivered on that. This was such a smart and intelligent science fiction film, and it really transcended from just being an alien invasion movie. It's the thinking man's alien invasion movie. Amy Adams is at the top of her game. Denis Villeneuve also directs another great film that, again, is in my top 10 favorite films of the year. I think if he continues to pump out movies like these and just awesome film, because he hasn't had one misstep yet, I think he could be one of the best actors working in Hollywood. Taking my number 2 spot was a film that, again, didn't have a lot of anticipation for, but once I left, whoo, I loved this movie. Number 2, Hell or High Water. So Hell or High Water was a film, like I said, completely blew me away. This movie did something that also another one of my favorite movies of all time, No Country for Old Men, did, and it really does the modern day Western so well. You've got 3 incredible performances with Chris Pine, Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges that really just carry this film. It's a movie that I really enjoyed, and I can really easily see myself rewatching this movie time after time again. So my favorite movie of the year is one that I actually haven't reviewed on this channel yet. Because when I saw it, it was late in the theaters. I just barely got to it. After I saw it, it left like 2 days later, and I just didn't really see the point in reviewing it because it had come so late. And my number 1 favorite movie of 2016 is Sing Street. Sing Street is a movie that came in the perfect time in my life. This film really spoke to me, and the themes of this movie really resonated with me. After I saw this film, I was just grinning ear to ear because this is such a happy film. This movie has yet to do what any other film this year has done, and it has just lifted me up to such a place of euphoria. Every time I think about this movie, I just get happy. I listen to this soundtrack all the time because it makes me just so happy. I loved all the characters in this movie. The ending of this film gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. Guys, this movie's on Netflix right now. You can watch this movie right now on Netflix. I truly do believe that this film should get a ton of Oscar nominations. I don't even think that it should win a lot. I just want this movie to get the recognition that it deserves. So what were your guys' favorite movies of 2016? What were the films that really spoke to you? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and related things. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.